in front of me, I can see it's getting ready to go. Morning.
Morning, how you doing?
Yeah, not too bad, thanks.
Good.
Decent day today, so
Beautiful, isn't it? Keep going.
making the most of it.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's a farm over there. And there's a row of houses which I didn't see because I didn't come round this bend. But they had some kind of a party. But they were playing music from about sort of 6 p.m. Somewhere over there. It could have been at the hall. It could have been in the field. I don't know. If it's assisted living, they're not going to be fit enough to be trudging up and down a muddy field, are they? So anyway, wherever it was, you know. Even I'm bored speculating about where the old people's party was held, but I know there was one. But anyway, short move today. Let's get with this programme. It's a short move. So there's some offside moorings, I should say. Here, whole row of them. Nice names as well. I like that name, Lay Safe Fair. That is good. It's clever and it's funny. I like it. There's so many of them that are clever but not funny. Or funny. Actually, funny's good enough if it's a funny name or a cute name. It's when it strays over the line from cute into twee. Like that I was going to say I have a problem with it, like I'm going to knock on a boat and say, oi, give your boat a different name, knobhead, you know. So I don't have a problem, but you know, I don't find them as appealing. This has got to be done. I think the area I'm worried about is the back and these exposed arms and stuff. It should worry me that this was designed for use with horses, not people. But such is my fear and loathing of horse slides. I'll take the chance. So I'm just going to have a general spray. To my impaired, I can smell that with my impaired sense of smell, but it's not completely unpleasant. I just hope the horseflies dislike it more than I do. Behaviour towards other human beings and in society is what I'm really thinking of when I talk about blind spots. Like, I'm acutely aware of selfish behaviour in others, you know, on the road, on the canals. Someone will get to a lock and they should really wait because there's another boat coming. They should really wait for that boat to sail in, you know, leave the lock for the other boat, say water, but they just start filling the lock so they can come down in it. That sort of thing, you do see that sometimes. So I'm acutely aware of selfish behaviour in others. I'm not aware, like to me, I'm perfect. Like behaviour wise, no, I'm not. No, even I know there's major issues, but I don't see selfishness in my. Well, I do. Oh, blimey, that's a can of worms there. That is a can of worms. I have been horrendously selfish in the past. I do know that. Absolutely diabolically selfish behaviour I've showed. Anyway, I never killed anyone, so that's good, isn't it? It's a strange thing as well, a young swan on its own. A young swan on its own, that's a creature that I would have liked to stop and feed, but as usual, I haven't got the food on the stern. And the things probably eat half a hundredweight of the swan and duck food as well. They just hoover it up. But he or she is on their own, and I believe, in fact I saw it at Swanley Bridge when I was in the marina. They've got like a resident swan population, and I saw this happening one day with my own eyes. The swan, one of the white mature swans, there were two of them, one of them was attacking the youngsters. I don't know if it was deadly force, because I don't know what a swan looks like when it attacks with deadly force, as opposed to, you know, just joking around or play fighting or whatever it is. I don't know what they look like, but it meant, I feel like it meant business. And I was like, what's going on? And a guy who was there. I sort of instinctively guessed what it might be, but I didn't say it. I was with a guy, like a boat repairman. We were both watching it, or the noise attracted us, and he said, that's an adult. They're getting rid of the children. The children are grown up. At some point, the adults decides time's up for the youngsters and start, you know, pecking at them and driving them away, and the youngsters just go away and live their own life. It seems to be like there's plenty of food for them, so they're not in danger. Certainly not in the warmer months, you know, it's all good. But it must be, can you imagine how hard an emotional blow? Because they have emotions, they won't be the same as ours, or perhaps they won't be as sophisticated, but there'll certainly be some level of emotion going on. Animals can definitely feel affection, we've seen that. You know, you take a crazy, wild, predatory killer animal, take it at birth and bring it up in human company, and it will be the softest thing ever. There are some I wouldn't do that. I mean, people have raised lions, haven't they? And they've raised lions, gone in the cage or in the park every day for 15 years, and the lion never touches them. It just plays, you know, because in the lion's view, in the lion's mind, you're a lion, you're one of it. Your family ain't your family. It's family. So they say to the other lions, it's family, leave it, it's family. Can't even do that. I need to work on me. I need to work on them all, really. My Cockney only gets an outing when I cruise, really, and I do the associated blathering very rarely, and this is why it's so bad. Then again, I spent a lot of time working in Birmingham, and I spent 6 years, 6-7 years living up in Newcastle, but my Geordie never got any better. I'm not going to kid myself that I'm a great Geordie. I can't do a Geordie accent. I can do one to my own amusement, but it's as ludicrous really as my Cockney accent is. You've got over there's a very posh looking house with huge windows. Not a mansion exactly, but a big house. Huge windows, huge dining room. Yeah, very nice place. And that whole field is its garden. Is their garden. This whole field here. Although it would be a bit weird, I reckon, having one of those enormous pylons in your back garden. There's a crack in the bridge. Oh my God. There's a crack in this bridge. Not on this side. On the other side of Bridge 10. There's a big crack. I'm a tad worried, guys. I'm a tad worried because some of these things take a while to fix. If that is deemed to be a structural issue, you know, they've got to plan the work. Well, there's emergency works going on. They do it every day, don't they? They send teams. Unexpected breakages, you know, blockages, trees down, there's all sorts of stuff. They'll get a contractor out, I think, to sort that bridge. Hopefully they've already been and assessed it. I think I'll call them and let them know. But the worry is, apart from all that, the risk to life and limb, the other worry, and the more likely one, is if it does collapse or it's deemed to need it to be not safe, they close the canal, they won't let you through. And I don't want to be shut in on the Ashby indefinitely. It's just, it's so lovely, it's rural. This is, yeah. Apart from the fact that you have to quite often fix things on the boat, or postpone fixing them, as happens far more often in my case. It is like being on permanent holiday in a way. I mean, look at that. Beautiful sort of gently rising meadows. They look like they're cultivated fields. There'll be crops in them. What is that? That's the tiller, isn't it? That's the pin at the top. Anyway, whatever is the pin. Some of them are brass, aren't they? Very, very nice ones. This is just a cheap steel one, which is better in a way, because if it was to be stolen, if you ever forgot to remove it and it got stolen, you know, you'd get another one. I mean, actually no, you'd be screwed, wouldn't you? Because you need to get to a marina. I don't know, a chandler would sell these things. Where would you go? Anyway, what? Endlessly speculating about a completely hypothetical thing. I bet you, apart from London, no one's ever nicked a tiller pin, a tiller handle. We always take them off. The boaters always take them off religiously. Very rarely will you see a moored boat, unless he's just moored overnight and he's moored late, you know. Certain situations, but very rarely you'll see a moored boat with a tiller pin on it, the tiller thing. They just tend not to, and it's this thing because we all believe that minutes after we go inside or go off somewhere, the tiller will be stolen. Maybe with brass ones it is, because brass is an expensive metal, isn't it? Is this a boat? Yeah. What are you doing? What happened there was they were coming round the bend at a rate of knots. Do you want me to go that way? Right, now unfortunately I'm in the weeds and I'm in the shallows. I would have preferred to go round the outside of them. There we go. Morning folks, it's a good job that
We just lost it.
listen, we all do odd things, don't we? Not the end of the world, guys. It's a good job you're quick getting out of the way. This is slow in reverse. I couldn't stop it.
I know. This is a bit odd. It's steering's a bit iffy sometimes. I don't know if the canal or
Anyway, have a nice day, guys. So it's a hire boat. I think they've learned a bit of a lesson there. And I know this is, you know, me talking about lessons in boating, but I think they've learned a bit of a lesson. Anyway. So I'm just keeping the old whistle wet. I'm not having big swigs because I don't want toilet breaks to be an issue. This never works well for me, but I'm going to try and see what the speed is. I ought to say as well, for those who derive amusement from my sort of having the phone 1.5 inches from my face when I'm reading this app, the writing is very, very small. It really is. So, 2.8, 3.2, 3.1, 3.2, and it's consistent. Certainly we appear to be doing somewhere close to 3 miles an hour, so that's good. There's a Triumph motorcycle factory there, or what was the factory, but I don't know. I don't know. That would have been worth a look, to be honest. I used to ride a little 100cc bike when I was like 18. Yeah, I used to love riding a motorbike. It was brilliant. But gave it up I've always fancied going back, but you know, at this age, at the age of 60 and well 61, you when you have a fall, which you will, you know, it's a certainty that you'll fall off at some stage. I don't think there's any bikers who've never had a fall. Some of them are at high speed, some of them are at low speed. The higher speed ones obviously tend to be a bit more risky in terms of injuries and so on. But it doesn't take much of a fall. It wouldn't take much of a fall to like break bones or put me seriously out of action for a long time. So I sort of dare not ride a motorbike really. I'm just going to have a quick map check. We can't be anywhere near yet. We can't be. Do you know? Half a mile? God, this was quick. I didn't think it would be this quick. It's all rural again, but obviously the town of Hinckley is not far ahead now. But those fields look like they stretch on for a couple of miles in that direction. Right. Moorings I'm going for are just on the edge of town, and I want to spend 2 days there, then get water, and then get a 14-day mooring. So if I want to, I could have up to 2 weeks in Hinckley, because it's the last chance to get provisions, you know, supermarkets, normal size shops, that kind of thing. Further on up the Ashby it gets a bit more difficult. Now I've got the bike, so I can reach, I've got a good reach for shopping if I need to. I don't understand people who I don't understand how people get away with not having a bike as a full-time liveaboard. I know obviously if you've got a car, different thing, manage all, although I'd still have a bike to reach the car, because often the car's a mile away from the boat. But then again, people do all sorts of clever things. Like there was a couple I met on the Macclesfield who shop online and get deliveries. They'll name a bridge or a nearby pub or something and just wait in the car park for the delivery. So it's, whoops-a-daisy, it's easy to do. Knock the throttle there with me leg. Yeah, it's easy to do. There's a water point and there's 2 boats, so is there room? I don't want to go past the water point just yet. I want a couple of extra days here. So the moorings are 100 yards away. Is there room on the end? There's 2 boats already there. Is there room on the end? I think there is. I think I'll just squeeze in. The cutest little boat I think I've ever seen. I've got to show you this. Now I need some speed. I'm getting blown. Got to show you that. Could I get in the middle of these guys? Could I fit in here? I think I could fit in here, you know. And there's rings as well. I'm going to try it, guys. Yeah. Right, that's it. I'll do. The wind is trying to take the boat into the bank, and I can let it do it now. This is brilliant. This is great. I've got rings that fit the boat here almost perfectly. Ah, this is great. Okay guys, so here we are on the outskirts of Hinckley. Literally just starts 200 or 300 yards around that next bend of the canal. Look behind, open fields here. Very nice rural landscape. Really pleasant little mooring. 2 days here, then fill up with water and I'll move on. So yeah, time for a brew and I'll catch you later.